Hi guys, I'm sorry I'm late by a minute. Um, Welcome all to Dave Astrology. I see there are a few audience live with me. I am just gonna get started with the readings in a minute's time. Thanks for your patience, folks. I see some questions already posted out here. First of all, I would like to wish Happy Navratri to everyone. I am delayed by releasing my video on Saturn Danish Nakshatra, which was supposed to go live today, but hopefully I'll try and finish. And I'm just making few edits and upload it by the end of the day today. But in today's live session, I will be taking up questions from my subscribers and answering to each of the charts. I just would like to quickly announce to the Facebook as well that people should just start and join this live Q&A. All right, guys. So I see the first question has been posted by Rajat Kumar. He says, he provides his date of birth and he says, will I get a good job and thrive? Will I get married considering 7th and 10th Lord is Jupiter? Looking forward to your analysis. All right, Rajat, we'll take up your question. So let me quickly prepare your chart. Sorry, it is just me doing all activities. I believe my moderator should also join anytime, but in the meantime, I'll prepare a chart. It's 11th June 1989, 6:30 a.m. Chennai, 1989, 1839. Okay, 6:39 a.m. Okay, got it. 6:39 a.m. Chennai, Tamil Nadu. So Rajat, I have your chart with me, and as you said that your 7th and 10th Lord is Jupiter, which is correct. You are a Gemini ascendant. So you have Venus sitting in your first house, Mars in your second, Moon and Ketu sitting in your third house in the sign of Leo. And then you have Saturn in retrograde sitting in your seventh house itself. You have Rahu in your ninth house, and then you have Sun, Jupiter, and Mercury conjunction in the sign of Taurus in your 12th house. You are asking about your marriage period. You are currently running your Rahu Mahadasha. Actually, you did have a good opportunity during the Rahu Mahadasha of Jupiter Antardasha running all the way till December of 2021. That was a very good period. You should have got married by then. If not, I will suggest you that seek the period between June of 2024 till October of 2024, where in Saturn's Antardasha, Jupiter Pratyantardasha, you will have that opportunity. Why? Because Saturn is sitting in your 7th house. And guys, a lot of times I've seen people getting a little worried with Saturn sitting in the first house or 7th house. Please do not think that marriage is not promised. Saturn is a just planet. It does, if you are going to keep your conduct strong, it's going to give you what you deserve from that house perspective. So it is definitely a possibility. And because Saturn is sitting in the sign of Jupiter as well, that is why I'm recommending you that. Additionally, you will have chances during the Venus Antardasha as well. please do not go for marriage between May 2027 till May 2028 under the Ketu Antardasha of Rahu Mahadasha. I will urge you to avoid that. But the Venus Antardasha, which comes right after that, all the way till May of 2031, that's again a long period where you will get the window. But I already told you in 2024, you have a window, and that's a good possibility for you to go ahead and get married. In fact, um your Mercury is also sitting in the 12th next to Venus, which is a challenge. Else, I could have told you the Venus Antardasha as well. But yes, 2024, you have a window, and then you have a window from 2028 to 2031. So, Rajat, it is promised in your chart. You should get it. Uh, and again, as I say, please try and rule your planet. See how you can work the planets to best of your requirements. So hopefully this helps. We will now edit that and bring up the next chart, which is of Shrikant. And if I'm not wrong, Shrikant, you asked me a question in the last this thing as well, 18/12/1996. Um, so I have, I guess, a repeat audience coming in, which is great. Um, is 8:50 p.m., which is 20. And your place is Andhra Pradesh. So, Shrikant, date of birth 18/12/1996, 8:50 p.m. Anakabale, Andhra Pradesh. How will my Venus Rahu period be, and what can I expect in that period? Kindly check and tell. Got it. So, all right, you are asking Venus Rahu period. So, your Venus is sitting in the sign of Scorpio. Okay, it is in Anuradha Nakshatra, and it's not a bad placement. It's sitting in the fifth house, second to itself, second to the seventh sign, and then it is sitting seventh to its sign of Taurus, which is in the house of gains. And then you are already running your Venus Mahadasha, as I can see. Your Venus Rahu will come from March of 2025 for 3 year period till March of 2028. See, your Rahu is sitting in the sixth sign of Virgo in the third house. If you've seen my videos, I tend to like the 3-9 axis as well. If Rahu is sitting in the third, right, not the opposite. So, I think this is a very very good placement for Rahu. I know it is sitting with Mars, so it will create some turbulences as well from an aggression standpoint, from an expression standpoint, if I may call, in your life. But it's in the sign of Mercury, and typically Rahu is comfortable in a Gemini or a Virgo signs. It is comfortable in the signs of Mercury itself. From a Mahadasha Antardasha perspective, I don't see this to be a bad situation. March. Rahu is aspecting your seventh house, your ninth house, and then your 11th house as well. So, Shrikant, I think I don't think that is going to be very turbulent or rough period for you. You will see definite improvement in terms of income, fulfillment of desires, your wish fulfillment happening during this course. But what I would want to throw caution is that if you are planning to get married or any kind of business aspects that you plan during this 3 year period, I would want to practice specific caution around it, because Rahu aspecting your seventh, it will give you certain illusions on that front. So you might want to be extra careful while you're planning something in that space. Your Venus sitting in the fifth house is a good sign. This is going to be the period where you will have flourish in romantic relationships. It's also aspecting your house of income. So during this entire Mahadasha, you will be making efforts in terms of enhancing your incomes, your gains, and things like that. So that should be helpful to you. The only caution is around any kind of marital decisions, or when taking decisions around your business streams. Just be a little careful. But overall, this should be a decent Mahadasha for you. If you've not had a chance, Shrikant, check out my detailed video on Venus Mahadasha. I have created about a 45-minute video which talks at length about each of the Antardashas as well and their impacts. So it should be of help. Hopefully, you like this. Please drop in your comments. All right, I have the next question from Monica Bhuma. So, Monica, we'll take up your question. Um, Monica's details are 23/3/1993. 3 and 10:30 p.m. Alagadda. Okay. 22, 30. Alagadda. All right, Monica. So what's your question? Your question is, I'm facing a lot of issues regarding job. When will I get job and how would my career be? Okay. So, Monica, just to start with an overall, view for your planetary positions, you have Rahu in your first house, Saturn and Mercury in your fourth house. Saturn sitting in the sign of Aquarius, Venus, Sun, and Moon sitting in the Pisces sign. Venus is exalted for you. That's amazing. In your fifth house, Ketu in your seventh house, Mars in your eighth house, and Jupiter in your 11th house. And Jupiter is sitting retrograde as well. Sun is in its friendly sign, which is good. Venus is exalted. Moon is neutral. Mars is in the enemy sign of Gemini, so that is a little bit of a trouble. And Jupiter is in the enemy house, but it is sitting in the 11th house, so to speak. And Saturn, it's in the best position. So your question is with respect to your job front. Let's see your 10th house to begin with, and then your seventh house as well. See, seventh house has Ketu in the sign of Venus. Venus is in fifth and 12th sign, and then your 10th house lord is Sun in the sign of Leo. Sun is sitting. Sun is sitting in the house of 5, bang opposite to 11. So see, there are multiple good yogas that are forming for you. What's happening is the three planets sitting from the fifth house are looking at your 11th house. So it will give you a definite possibility of you trying to do multiple things, multiple avenues to generate your income. The second bit is uh, that Venus is in the state of exaltation, and you are running your Venus Mahadasha, as I can see. Um, Plus, both Saturn and Mercury are also aspecting your 10th house. So, see, with Saturn sitting and aspecting that house, there will be certain delays that you will face. But the good part is Saturn is in Aquarius. So, what you will notice is that whatever those delays are, the outcome will be in large magnitude, in large size, so to speak. Additionally, Saturn is also sitting second to itself if you see from the third house of Capricorn. So, what I would urge you to do is to be patient. You will see a definite increase from September of 2024. Actually, it is not a bad time currently running for you as well in terms of Venus Mahadasha, Venus Antardasha. But under Venus Sun, you will see a definite rise in your career. Your Venus is exalted, your Sun is sitting in a friendly sign. It is mutually aspecting Jupiter. Both the planets are mutually staring at each other. Plus Jupiter is in retrograde, so it will give impact of the 10th house as well. So good things are promised in your chart, Monica. uh, if things are not turning out great for you right now, and I'm surprised why they are not, if they're not turning out great for you right now, they will definitely improve for you from September of 2024. I also want to add to this details from your transit chart. If you see, your Rahu Ketu transit will bring your Rahu into your fifth house and Ketu into your 11th house as well, which means that you will see a definite increase in income post November of 2023. If that's not happening right now, that is bound to happen for you. Uh, Rahu was sitting in your sixth house in transit motion and aspecting your 10th house with its fifth vision. So that could have created some issue, especially because Rahu is sitting in your first house itself in Scorpio. So but now when it transits, I think that's the axis which gets formed with 5 and 11. From an income standpoint, from a job perspective, it will be pretty positive for you. So you should see some good results. Hopefully you like the like the response. If there are any other questions, please do drop comments. I will take up the next one, which is from Umaira Danish, 1st Feb 1988. Umaira, uh, 1st Feb 8, and time is 16:25 Karachi. 16:25 Karachi. Okay. So Umaira, we have your chart coming in here. Okay, Umaira, your question is, what should I expect from coming Rahu Ketu transits? I'm unable to get a good job and unable to get married. All right, Umaira, you have Moon sitting in your second house in the sign of Cancer. So Moon is sitting in its own sign. That's pretty good. Ketu sitting in the sixth house. Mars in its own sign again in the sixth house. Sorry, Ketu in the fourth house in the sixth sign. Saturn in your seventh house in Sagittarius. Uh, Sun in your eighth house. It is sitting in the enemy sign of Saturn. um, Mercury and Venus sitting in the 11th sign in this ninth house, again in the sign of Saturn itself. Venus is pretty comfortable out there in Aquarius. And then you have Jupiter sitting in its own sign with Rahu forming Guru Chandal Yog on your birth chart itself, Umaira. So that's key. See, I read the first chart as well, which was that of Rajat, and uh, I'm sorry, I think it was regarding marriage itself. Yes, Rajat, he has the same question, and he had Saturn in the seventh house, and now I see Umara in your case as well. You have Saturn in the seventh house, so please expect delays. Unfortunately, Saturn does delay things, but I see you in 1998 born, 2023, 35. Yes. See, Saturn is almost mature, so from that perspective, you will see a definite change. And you are currently running your Mercury Mahadasha as well under Saturn. Actually, you know what? It is not a bad time, Amara. You should uh, find possibilities of getting married until second half of next year. So you are actually running a good period, much better period from your dasha chart itself, creating possibilities for you to get married. Um, you are under Mercury, Saturn, Rahu right now. So that is one reason where you will see problems with respect to that. So just wait until 24th, 25th of Feb. 2024, post which until July you have a fabulous time actually to get married. So you should take some decision on that front. And your job prospects are going to 100% improve in from November onwards. For the next 18 months, you have a fabulous period actually coming in your way. So things will definitely move on in the right direction, because both from your natal chart as well as from your transit positions, you will have the Rahu Ketu axis in 6 and 12, right? So it's already there in your natal chart, and you are running Mercury, Saturn, Rahu right now. So this is a period you should see some growth from that end. And then Jupiter is also in retrograde in your 11th house. So you have to consider that Saturn is sitting in the house of luck, in the ninth house for you in retrograde motion. So you need to find that what I believe that if you are doing anything in the space of um, medicine, or if you do in terms something like physiotherapy or gynecology, or something related to food as well should work out for you. But as long as you are able to bring a lot of street smartness in your profession, you should be doing pretty good. The only unfortunate thing is Guru Chandal Yog in your 10th house, which is while Jupiter is in a strong placement, that is causing some trouble. But remember, Rahu remains active and aggressive in the 10th house, just that Ketu is present in your 4th house. So please learn to rule your chart. What you have to do is, Rahu is telling you bring some street smartness in your profession, but Jupiter is telling you that you need to get into a profession which uses your knowledge, right, and skills. And then Saturn is also sitting in the 7th house. So with the Saturn Dasha, I told you that that should work out for you. Pick professions which are knowledge oriented, which are Jupiter related, but you can use technology. Try and induce technology in whatever profession you choose. You will succeed, Umara, in that. Hopefully this is of help. If you have more questions, guys, please feel free to drop in, and I'll move on to the next one now. I have the next question from Table Tunes. Hi, Table Tunes. Good to see your message again. um, I think you messaged me personally last time, and then you were asking for email IDs. I contact to all my audience and people through my Instagram messages itself. So if you have any concerns, you can write to me, and I respond through Instagram all the time. But again, I'll pick up the question that you've posted. That currently I'm about to capital raise for my startup. Do you have any feedback for successful fundraising? Date of birth, July 11, 1972. 11th. Arey yaar, this is starting to give me trouble now. 7th. Hold on, guys. I need to refresh my page. All right. So picking up 11th July 1972. 11th. Boy. And 1972. Then time of birth is 12:36 a.m. Fiji. All right, Table Tunes, your chart is getting prepared. Uh, you have Saturn and Venus conjunction in your second house. That's a very good conjunction in its own sign of Taurus. for you. You are an Aries ascendant, table tunes. Now, you have Sun and Moon conjunct in your third house. You have Mercury, Mars, and Ketu in your fourth, Rahu in your 10th, Jupiter in its own sign, Sagittarius, in the ninth house. So, your question is with respect to funding right now. Okay. Oh boy, you've started with your Ketu Mahadasha. And you are already running Ketu. I'm not sure, Table Tunes, if you've had a chance to check my Ketu Mahadasha video. It's a very detailed video I've done on the impact of Ketu Mahadasha, its Antardasha, and what happens during the course of this 7 year period. So you have this period running, and do you have any feedback for successful fundraising? Okay, so till 16th of October, you have to be patient and not jump into something in terms of raising as of now. But post 16th of October, so I think it's the right time. Today we are on 15th. Post 16th till December of 2024, which is about 1 year and 3 months is what we're talking about. That period is looking pretty good for you because you have Ketu Mahadasha, Venus Antardasha. So that is the time when you will have a definite possibility of raising funds, especially from 26th December onwards, till Feb of uh, 2024. And then post May 2024 till half of July 2024. Those two are very good windows for you to raise funds. Very, very good windows. Because you are running through Ketu Mahadasha, I can't even imagine what's going on right now in your head. No wonder you say that you sound troubled, because before the arrival of Ketu, it would have thrown you out of your hook for many reasons. So, if you're facing certain challenges, well, it is all written table tunes. But yes, from an investment standpoint, this is a much better period that you should plan, so to speak. So, hopefully, this helps you. Saloni has deleted her question. We'll move on to Lalit. I know I want to know about my career and wealth. Have a lot of monetary loss if I have to do job or business. Okay, Lalit, we'll prepare your chart and see what do we have in store for you. So for Lalit, it is 10th of December 1989. 10th of December 1989. And the time is, Lalit, you've given your date of birth, but you've not provided your time of birth. So you've given place Pundri as well. It is very difficult for me to, I can't make a chart and create something without that. So I think, having said that, we'll have to figure out some other way to run it. Okay. Um, so you'll have to share those details, and I'll jump on to the next question of Puja Mishra. Puja Mishra. Your details are 17th November 1984, 17th November 1984, and timing 23:25. 23:25, and your place of birth is Puja, Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. All right, Puja, you have your chart coming up. So you have moon, you are a Cancer ascendant. You have moon sitting in your second house, second to itself. Saturn in Libra in the fourth house, Ketu, Sun, and Mercury. Three planetary conjunction in Scorpio in your fifth house, Jupiter and Venus sitting in sixth house in Sagittarius, Mars sitting in exaltation in seventh house, beautiful, and Rahu sitting in your 11th house. Puja, what was your question? Uh, मेरी राहु की महादशा शुरू हुई है, मुझे करियर में सक्सेस मिल सकता है तो कब तक? ओके, so yes, so you have your Rahu Mahadasha running, as you rightly called out, and this is very interesting because see, Rahu is sitting in the sign of Venus, which is where it is in its friendly placement. Just that Venus in itself is in a neutral placement in the sign of Sagittarius. And 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so first of all, the good thing is that your Mars is sitting in your seventh house. It is in a state of exaltation, which is very very nice. The owner of that Saturn is sitting in the sign of Libra in your fourth house, and it is aspecting your 10th house. So we'll have to take effects of two, three planets here from a planetary prediction standpoint. One is um, that of Mars, which is also your sign lord for 10th house, right? Because it's the Aries number one out there, and then your ascendant is Moon. So uh, good thing is that you will see a lot of positive result improvement during the current phase itself. You are running Saturn Antardasha under Rahu, and I will release Rahu Mahadasha a detailed video as well for you guys. But what you see here is that see, Saturn, it brings delays, guys, but it definitely promises to deliver results for you. And you have such a beautiful placement and alignment of Saturn and Mars, so you should be confident. Um, in fact, the best of the best period, by the end of its Antardasha, you are going to definitely see a lot of improvement, which is by May 2024. You are going to see definite improvements from a career standpoint. But the best period had actually started for you. I'm surprised if you've not seen movement during or around the period of July earlier this year. From May onwards, things were very positive for you. You had July Pratantra Dasha of Mars as well. Currently, you have Rahu, Saturn, Rahu going on for you. That means, see, with Saturn and Rahu, Rahu is that clever illusionist, and Saturn is more of grinding it out, right? So you'll have to find the right balance. I see improvement in post December for you. You will, however, be working right now to create some avenues, but post December till till May, you will have a decent period. I don't say this is a bad period running for you. And then, plus, the Rahu Mahadasha Mars Antardasha will be a period of high energy, high performance for you. Extraordinary period. From May 2033 till May 2034. That is a period that you will be going berserk in terms of your achievements. Let me tell you that. Lot of gains happening for you in that period as well. Another good period for you, see, under Jupiter and Venus, you will be making spending. So another good period for you will be from December 2030 till November 2031. So check that out. Those are the windows that should work out well for you. If you've not been able to capture everything, revisit this video and listen to it carefully. Hopefully this helps you. We'll move on to the next chart now. So Okay, Saloni. So, welcome back, my friend. You have another question. I know you keep following up with questions. Today, your question is: Hi, can you see my chart? 18th Feb 19. कहाँ गया 1972. Okay, and Saloni, yeah, you forgot to give me your time of birth. I I think I have it. I don't want to skip the question just for the sake of it. Give me a second. If I can find it quickly, I will reply to you. Um, Guys, I try to be as much of help to my audience while doing these activities. So just be patient. We have somebody who's trying to find a. Saloni, you had given me details of your husband earlier. You've not given me details of yourself today as well, in terms of your date of birth. So I can't help you today. I'm so sorry. We'll respond to your question later when we get a chance. All right. We'll pick up the next question. So that is from Sid. Uh, let's pick that question from Sid. Sid. When will my bro get married? Which profession will his spouse be from? And which ascendant will she be from, if that can be seen? Sid, you've given your birth details and you're asking about your brother's wife. And that's a little wild. See, it can be seen. I'm assuming that if it is your younger brother from your third house, and then from there you have to see the seventh connection. It's a very long, detailed analysis to see from your chart. I'm not saying it cannot be seen, it can be, but it is one heck of a prediction. With your birth chart, I cannot predict for him. So um, I'll give you a couple of pointers. Hopefully, that should be of help to you. Open your brother's birth chart. Check out his Darakarka. Darakarka is the planet which is having the lowest degree in the birth chart. That would give you a sense of what kind of a spouse he should be expecting. Mind you, it is not a reflection of the sign or rashi of his spouse, but it will give you an impact of what kind of planets she be ruled at. So let's say if Darakarka is Mercury, means that the spouse can be either Gemini or Virgo ascendant, or it will have some play of Mercury in the first or seventh houses, so to speak, or there could be a couple of other factors. So that is broadly going to give you an indicator. Hopefully, it is of help. I'm so sorry. I'll have to move on to the next question now. Hemant Karat has asked his next question, so let's jump on Hemant. Guys, please provide your complete, birth details in terms of place of birth, time of birth, and of course date of birth, so that I can give a clearer feedback. Hemant's question is 6th December 1993. 6th December 1993. And Hemant, your time is 10:54 a.m. and 54. Sorry about that, guys. Solar Maharashtra. Okay. Uh, so Hemant, your chart is coming up. Hemant, beautiful chart. Uh, you have your ascendant as Saturn, Capricorn Sun, I mean, which is sitting in the second house in the sign of Aquarius in its own sign and still second to itself. Ketu in the fifth house, Moon in the eighth house, Jupiter in the 10th house in the enemy sign, Swati Nakshatra of Libra. And then you have Venus, Mercury, Sun, Mars, Rahu conjunction. Oh man, I have not seen a 5 planetary conjunction so far in my life. That's beautiful. In the 11th house, oh boy, you're gonna be all about money and gains and income and stuff like that. Sun is sitting in the friendly sign, so is Moon. Um, it is the house of Scorpio. So Mars is sitting in its own house, which is very, very good. Mercury is neutral actually, thanks to the nakshatra as well. Venus is also neutral out there, and you which dasha is what that you're undergoing. Okay, you're undergoing moon mahadasha. That's interesting. So your question is that IT का course चालू है, job कब तक मिलेगी? Okay, Hemant, your are you married yet or not? If not, let me tell you, there's a lot of success in your life once you get married. Um, your seventh lord is second to itself. While it is going in the 8th house, and moon in the 8th house is not comfortable actually. that's that's not one of the most comfortable states for moon to be in, but still moon is second to itself, so you will grow post marriage. You will definitely accumulate a lot of wealth, but moon is afflicted with an aspect from Saturn as well. So I think you would have a lot of stress or mental stress of some kind. You getting bothered with a lot of things. Please take care of yourself. Try and meditate, because I see you having all these multiple placements in your 11th house. The kind of, and I have not seen the degrees right now of your planets. It will take me a lot of time if I get into that. uh, Bus, you are going to generate multiple avenues of income. So you might do a job 9 to 5 in an IT firm, and then you might have some kind of small milkshake or lassi store running somewhere, where you go and check in things in the evening if it is working fine for you or not. And you will be invested in, let's say, in parallel and side food business, and then you might pick up certain freelance projects as well. All of that is possible in your chart, and if you start doing it, see, you will not grow with one area of work. You will not grow with one area. You are going to do multiple things in life, and you must. And if you ask me, food is going to be very, very interesting for you, boss. Whatever you are doing, uh, in the sideline, open some sort of a restaurant, open some sort of milk parlor or lassi parlor or some kind of drinks parlor for your near colleges and stuff. You have Venus, Jupiter sitting in the sign of Venus, so open that too. It'll work out for you. But see, I'm so sorry, guys. My throat is bad. But Saturn in the second house, so money will take time to come your way. It is not going to be a fast-paced journey. It will take time. Good thing is you are running your moon Mahadasha, but you are running it with a lot of affliction. As I said, moon is troubled. So, and you were running moon Saturn. Oh my gosh. Uh, until September of 2023, you would have been really troubled there. If that's the case, I'm so glad it is over for you. Now you have Moon, Mercury. Yes, things will start improving already for you till 2025. Moon Ketu comes. That is a tough period. So the critical period will be 7 months from February to September of 2025. Just be careful around that. But since October start of 2023 all the way till Feb of 2025, and then post September 2025 till all the way till end of 2027, you have a very good period uh, to accumulate wealth. You will start generating income during this period. Try and meditate, try and do some shift puja. That is very important for you, boss. Your moon is afflicted. If you fix that, you're running moon mahadasha, it is going to give you very positive results. I don't have a answer for moon ketu other than you doing meditation, offer some water, donate water to shiv in the temple. You should also try and take care of your mother. I'm not sure if she has some hidden disease or something, some kind of medical issue. But you try and take care of your mother. It'll be reflecting in a very positive way for your career growth. Her blessings are going to be very very important. So please focus on that. But all in all, I see improved time coming for you. Okay, don't be too worried. All right. So let's edit this. Hemant ke baad mein now we have Resh Thadani. Resh has written date of birth, place, and no question. Resh, I can't do much if you don't provide the complete details, so we'll have to move forward. Thank you, Momika. Thank you for the feedback. Appreciate that. It really makes my day when somebody benefits with my predictions. So thank you for that. Ashish Changra. So my name is Ashish. Date of birth. This thing. I'm preparing for government exam 3 years. When will my dream job in CGL? Okay. 17/1/1995. Ashish, your time of birth is 5:15 a.m. All right, Ashish, I have your chart coming in front of me. So you are a Sagittarius ascendant, and you have your Sun and Mercury sitting in your second house. Um you have Saturn in its own sign in the third house itself. Um, Ketu in your fifth house, Moon in your fourth, Mars in retrograde in ninth house, Rahu in your 11th, and you have Jupiter Venus conjunction in the 12th house in the sign of Scorpio. That's interesting. Um, okay. Your question was preparing for 3 years for civil examinations. Uh, Why the problem is, yeah. So your sun is sitting in the enemy sign. I don't know if somebody's told this to you or not. It is sitting in the enemy sign, so there are going to be definite delays in your selection in the government examinations. I'm not surprised. I'm sorry. I really hate to break bad news to people, but there are delays. But here's the good news. Good news is that Sun rules your ninth house. Okay, it is the house of luck. So it's also denoting this house of your father. So and plus you want to see profession, so you have to see profession with Mercury, and Mercury is sitting next to the Sun. Mercury is in a neutral state with Capricorn. It is at 21 degrees. Sun is at 02 degrees. So sun का effect ज़्यादा होगा. So Ashish, yeah, you'll have to be patient. It's going to be a grind for you, unfortunately. You do not have like faster possibility of selection and things like that. Second issue is Jupiter, the house of knowledge, it's sitting 12th to itself. Okay. It is sitting 12th to itself from the native, which means that when you would be studying, you would be having this tendency of forgetting things. Like you will study certain concepts and then you will not be able to deliver those concepts in the answer sheet and things like that. So that will also happen. Loss of that mental state because Jupiter is 12th to itself. but sun rules your ninth house, which is your house of luck. So things will happen for you. I'm not saying they will not happen, but it will take a lot of your own personal efforts. Mars is in retrograde in friendly sign, but I don't see much of help there. Ketu is also aspecting your first house as well as your. It's a very tough, tricky situation. See, you will make one thing is you will get through. I cannot promise your dream job of CGL or whatever, but you will get through eventually. It will take time. Please avoid under table money. I can already see that happening in your chart. And the more you do, the more your growth will be stunted. You will not go to a higher position in life. Hmm. I can see tendency of asking for under table money in your birth chart. Very, very clear. Okay. And you have Mercury Mahadasha running as well. So Mercury Rahu till 2024. First till November of 2024, your selection is a little tough. Yeah. You have good possibility post November 2024, all the way till February of 2027. Actually, very good possibility during that period. Jupiter is also the sign of knowledge and stuff, and it is your ascendant lord. So fight karega. So boss, you figure out post November 2024 till February of 2027. Very good period for you to crack it, especially in 2025. Like till July 2025, very high chances. So hopefully this helps. I'm sorry, I do get lost sometimes in certain charts and take a lot more time, but I just wanted to. I was just engrossed in this one. So we have the next chart from Blessed Human, and she says her name is Puja, and she has given her birth details as well. Okay, Puja, it is 30/11/86. 30/11/86. And what's the time of 1:23? 1:23 a.m. and time, place of birth is Valparai. Right. Okay. What's your question, blessed human? When will I get married? Thank you. I like this kind of question. Just point blank, she's asking when she's getting married. So you are Leo ascendant, Moon, Venus, Mercury in your third house, Saturn and Sun, the two enemies sitting together in the eighth house. Sorry, fourth house in the eighth sign. Jupiter and Mars sitting together in the seventh house, and Rahu in your eighth house. So you had a very good window until 2006. If you did not get married, I'm surprised. You had a great window then. Right now, you have Saturn Dasha running for you. Uh, see, if you're not already married, again in 2016, until 2016, from 2012 to 2016, you had a very good window to get married, Puja. Between 2012 to 2016, 2012 December to Feb of 2016 was a very good window for you to get married. If not that, then you will have actually, yes, post this thing. Again, you had a decent window in 2022 until December of 2022 for you to get married. That was another excellent possibility. See, under the Saturn Mahadasha, you should get married. Saturn is sitting in your house of comfort, in your house of peace, in fourth house, and it is the owner of your seventh house as well. It brings delays, but it is not the delay of the 10th, it is the delay of the 11th. So it is promised here, it will happen. My recommendation is during Saturn Mahadasha, Jupiter Antardasha, which is currently running for you, is the best period. The windows for you during this will be avoid till November 2023. Okay? Avoid till November 2023. From December to April of 2024, excellent period. Excellent period for you. Boss, blessed human, please listen to this carefully. From December of 2023 till 27th, 28th of April 2024, this 4-5 month period is an excellent period for you to get married. Other opportunity also will be between June to August of 2024. Okay, second half of June till August of 2024, that is another good window. In fact, till October 2024. So those two windows from December of this year till April, and then June till October, you will have these two very good windows. You should tie the knot during this period. Do it. Do not delay beyond this. Do it. Find the right person, and it should work out pretty well for you. Mercury, yeah, avoid. Yeah, I mean, avoid. Why do you want to delay? Just don't delay. This is the right period. Okay, this is the right period. Just go for it. All right. Hopefully, this was of some help. VM Vijaya, place of birth Puttaparthi, 1993 times 7. Vijaya, you've not posted any. Scared of job. Okay, you've posted some question. Blessed human. Again, you've asked another question. I'm so sorry. I cannot take up two questions for the same person. I'll have to go to the next person. So, Vijaya, I see your question. 14 September 1993. 1993. Time 7:30 a.m. Puttaparthi. Okay. So, what's your question? Place scared of job and visa loss. Okay, let me see. You are scared about job and visa loss. Venus, you are running Sun Mahadasha. It got started. Sun is sitting in its own sign. So let me tell the placements very quickly so that it's easy for everybody to understand. Because I know a lot of questions. People are not here just to ask questions, but to understand their chart as well, right? So we'll give that analysis. You are Virgo ascendant. You have Jupiter, Mars, Mercury sitting in the first house. Mercury is sitting in the first house in the sign of Virgo. It's exalted. Why? You don't need to worry much. It's a good placement. Rahu in your third house. Again, I like that placement. And Ketu in the ninth. Saturn in 11th in retrograde motion in your sixth house. Bang opposite to Sun. Moon and Venus sitting together. Moon again sitting in its own sign in 11th. Puja, it's Puja itself, right? Vijay, you've got a decent chart in place. Sun, Moon sitting in their own sign. Mars is the only one sitting in enemy. Mercury is exalted. Then Jupiter, Venus, of course, they are also in the enemy sign, but as long as the ascendant lord is sitting there and exalted, I'm not too worried. And Saturn is also sitting in its own sign, which is a good thing. From a visa standpoint, see, you will stay abroad. Sun is in the 12th house. You will stay abroad. Sun is its own sign, and so is Saturn. Both are mutually aspecting to each other, so there will be concerns, like you will get health issues. Let me tell you that, Vijay, you will have health issues. Some of the other problem will keep coming, but you will come out of it as well. But the health issues will be hidden for you. You will have enemies, but you will destroy your enemies. That's also going to happen. You will have enmity with the state as well in certain situations, wherein the government, or like you were saying, the visa situation. It's like dealing with the government authorities itself. You will face problems, obstacles, because Saturn is aspecting, but you will overcome them. Okay, and it'll just be a delay, but I'm telling you, you are not going to be staying within your home country. You will stay away. You'll stay in a foreign land. You have Sun Mahadasha running, so things will already be looking positive for you. If they are not, you have right now Sun Mahadasha and Rahu Antardasha running for you, and Rahu is in the third house. Okay, so like don't go and like be careful in the way you articulate your thought process. Don't be overconfident. There could be possibilities, times when you feel overconfident about things in terms of your job expansion and gaining things and stuff like that, that you should get this also, that also, that sort of a mindset will be there. Don't go with that mindset, but rest, I think it will work out for you. You will not have any kind of a job loss situation, because your sun is in a positive state. In fact, you will keep on growing. One thing I would want to add for you is that if you want to explore something with respect to doing your own business as well. Okay, if you want to do your own business like a side hustle along with your job, please explore that. You should explore that, and explore it in the space of like try and do, let's say, beauty products selling on Amazon, or cosmetic products, or something related to liquid, because your moon and Venus combination, that is going to give you good triggers. Actually, more of moon related businesses you should do. uh, you can you'll succeed. You'll make good money. Okay, you have everything in good place. So again, a very terrific chart. Don't be worried much. All right, we'll move to the next question. Hopefully this was helpful, Vijay. Please drop in your comments, and I hope you are feeling good now. Umera says this period is hell. I've been trying to get a lot. Umera, yes, we read your chart already. um, uh, I can understand. I'm a banker. After 10 years of experience, I'm still facing lower cadre, facing bad politics at work. Mera, I do not remember your chart right now because I've seen multiple ones, but I think it was promised in your chart. So don't be worried. Things should be okay. You will bounce back. Um, Barbara, again, that Barbara Jangra person is Puja itself with the same Pundri chart. Puja, we've done your chart. Please don't change your names. And see, I'm doing this free birth chart analysis because I want to help people. My intent is genuinely to help people, and I'm spending this time, effort, energy to do that. If you have more questions, or if you want to do detailed analysis, then there is always a possibility of doing a paid consultation if you can afford it. If not, unfortunately, I'll be able to take up only one question, because I have to address other people as well with a limited time and energy that we have to spend during these live sessions. I'm so sorry if I'm not picking more questions. I really apologize, but I will not be able to take repeat questions. If we have time left later in the session, and all questions are done, then we will come back to the questions that need revision. Okay. So, with that, we'll move on to the next one. Okay, we have the next question from Kinari Dhanani. Oh boy, it's a loaded question. Okay. Uh, 20th June 1974, 7:10 a.m. Is it Matunga? Okay. Kinari, I'll directly jump onto your question. Your desire is moksha. Uh, Rightly so, you have Ketu in your 12th house. But for the sake of understanding for the rest of the people who are listening to this, Kinari is a Gemini ascendant. I'm I've just I'm assuming he or she has Sun, Saturn, Mercury, and Moon sitting in the first house itself in the sign of Gemini, Mars in the second house of Mars, in the second house of Cancer, Rahu in Scorpio in sixth house, Jupiter in Aquarius in eighth house, Venus in 11th house in the sign of Aries, and Ketu in the 12th house in the sign of Libra. Uh, uh, Mars is debilitated, of course, but let's talk about your question. So um, right now you have done Mars running. I don't know if you are trying to ask that whether or not you will get it. Ketu in the 12th house represents that you are going to become more and more spiritual as you grow. I'm assuming since your date of birth is 1974, means you're close to 26, 23, for 50 years of age. You've crossed that 48 limit. Ketu matures at 48. Your Ketu is triggered right now. Okay. And you will see from, in fact, you would be noticing from last year onwards itself that there is this uh, spiritual upliftment thought process, and exploring the spiritual realm will be your top priority during this period. So I'm not surprised if you're asking this question as well, and that will come, but it will come to you after fulfilling your responsibilities towards accumulation of Taurus, towards accumulation of Venus, and Venus is sitting 12 to itself. So, and it is also sitting directly bang opposite to itself. So, whatever accumulation you will do accumulation of wealth, but you will give it all, give it away. It's bound to happen. It is 12 to itself, Venus. You realize that it'll all be gone. If there is no period to achieve spiritual awakening, there is no specific time date that you can observe, but the fact of the matter is that Ketu's best position is 12th for these matters. It's going to come naturally to you. What should I say? I think from a year standpoint, from an year standpoint, 2046 will be the period when it'll get 100% definitive for you, that things will start shaping in that direction. 46 plus 26, so it's like from the age of 72 you will definitely reach there. Kinari, that is definitely written for you, but until then, enjoy fruits of life. You will get more of it from 2031 onwards. Your mind will be more boggled with all of these things, especially because your Mercury is in retrograde, sitting in the first house, also triggering your 12th house. So Mercury Mahadasha with Ketu Antardasha starting 2031, you will have more triggers of spiritual realm in your head. I hope you achieve what you desire to achieve in your spiritual journey. Best of luck in that. All right. Having said that, we are jumping to the next question. We have question from Lobi, and Um, 27th August 1985. Income and career. Thank you so much. Okay. 27. I'm assuming Lobi, you're a female. So I'm building the chart based on that assumption. 27th of August 1985. 85 a.m. Brazil. I will pick up because Brazil is a country. I am assuming that you recommended Brasilia as the district, so I will pick up Brasilia as the district and pick that. If you have your birth in any other city, this prediction will not be accurate for you, Lobi. So you had one opportunity to put the right details. I'm picking up Brasilia in Brazil as the district for you for this analysis. You have Ketu in your first house, your Libra ascendant with Saturn, Rahu bang opposite to it. Your question is: are you concerned about your income and career in the coming period? Uh, you have Jupiter and Moon sitting in your fourth house, Venus, Mercury, Mars in your 10th house. Beautiful. Sun sitting in your 11th house in its own sign. And you are currently running Jupiter Maha. No, 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 no. You are, hold on. You are running, yeah, you're running Jupiter Mahadasha and you are running Jupiter under Jupiter right now. So your Jupiter is in retrograde. It is sitting in the fourth house. It is actually debilitated. It is in the sign of Capricorn. Uh, but the house lord is sitting in the first house. So you have what they call as Neech Bhang Yog in your chart because the the debilitated lord is sitting in the first house itself. It's sitting in a friendly sign. So you have that. From a career perspective, you would be having a very good career. Moon is aspecting your 10th house to its own sign where Venus is comfortably sitting. The problem is that Mars is debilitated there. So if you are in any kind of tech field, that might not be a great sector for you to choose. Uh, and Mars debilitation, actually, it also gets cancelled. It also gets niche bang because of Moon in the Kendra and sitting and Mars is sitting in the sign of Moon, but Moon is aspecting it. So your niche bang is happening for your Mars as well as for Jupiter. Okay, so both your debilitated planets are actually getting fixed. Um, you from a career standpoint, very good period will come. You have Gaj Kesari Yoga as well in your planet in your chart. Extremely good period in your career will come from July of 2033 to 34. I know I'm predicting many years ahead, but please take a note of this. Very good period will come. You will have a stupendous growth, but Jupiter, nevertheless, it's a friendly, benefic planet. It is aspecting your work house as well. So this period currently running for you, the entire duration will be great. In fact, your Sun Antardasha will also be a very good period. You will get a lot of promotion and stuff. Right now, until May of 2024, slow but steady growth. Then comes Saturn, which is in your first house. Again, slow but steady, but you will see a lot of positive growth post 2025. Huh. Post November 2025, there will be a lot of career growth that will come your way. So hopefully that is helpful for you, Lobi, and you enjoyed that. Please share a like, folks. If you're getting feedback from this and you appreciate this, then click on that like button. It gives me a lot of motivation. I see 9 likes, and I know I've analyzed much more, many more charts here so far. So just click on that like button and share this live with any of the friends who can join and benefit from this session right now. I will pick up the next chart now. Um, okay, I'm sorry, I kind of lost where I was reading. One second. I lost it in, okay, Lobby I was doing. Next one is a myth. Okay, we will prepare for Amit. Amit, your details are 17th Feb 1986. 17th AR 1986. 6:10 a.m. Thane, Maharashtra. Okay. So Amit, your chart is coming up. All right. The question from Amit is, boss, you've not even typed a question. Okay, I'll just give a quick couple of recommendation. Mars is sitting in the 11th house. It is in its own sign of Scorpio. It is sitting with Saturn. You have Jupiter, Venus, Sun with Mercury sitting in your second house. You will be doing decent accumulation of wealth. Sun is in the enemy sign, but your moon is exalted. It's exalted, sitting in the fifth house. So you'll have very good relationships with your kids. If you don't have any kids, now whenever you have your kids, you'll have very good relationship with your kids. You should have had a good education as well. I see possibility of having a romantic love marriage in your chart. Maybe you could have met somebody from your, there would have been gains in your life post marriage. uh, Post marriage, I see a lot of growth for you, positive growth for you and gains in your life. And you need to check out your language, your communication at home. Be softer, be kinder, be nicer, else it will create a lot of ripples. As you grow with age, you are going to add multiple sources of income. You are going to accumulate decent amount of wealth. I see good amount of wealth accumulation in your case. Try and eat healthy food. I see problems related to that. You might be eating a lot of junk food, boss. Or if you're not doing that, then that's a great thing. You're already tackling your plans. But if you do, then please avoid that. But bring some softness in your tone. It is going to eventually do better for your family life. And from a career perspective, do you get bored with things easily? If that's happening, then you need to check that out, because you will have a tendency of getting bored in whatever work you're doing. So you might want to explore multiple areas of income in terms of working in new avenues from time to time, taking up different kind of projects over time to time, and that'll give you success. So with that, we'll jump on to the next chart. Since there was no question, I just gave a quick generic prediction uh, for Amit. Lalit, now you've posted just time, guys. I'm so sorry. I have to manage and read so many charts here. And then if you're not putting in a one single concise crisp message where you put in your time, place, date of birth with the city that you're born with the question, and if you are entering it in multiple areas, because there are so many people who are typing in the comments as well, it kind of gets lost for me, and I have nobody to help me out scrutinize this, unfortunately, right now. So uh, please put your entire message in one place so that I can read it and then make the chart. Tell it, you might have to do that later. I know you tried to ask, and I already did a prediction for you, so I'm not sure what's the ask here. Next question is Hemant, 9th June 1997. about marriage, spouse, and financial condition. Okay, Hemant, you are asking like five questions in one. You're being clever, but I will try and answer you. Okay. 9th June 1997. 1915. What's the city? Chalna, Maharashtra. So we are reading Hemant's chart. Hemant is a Scorpio ascendant. No wonder he's clever. He's asking three questions in one. Uh, Jupiter in debilitation in the third house of Capricorn, Saturn sitting in Jupiter's house with Ketu, Rahu, and Mars sitting together. Mars is also in enemy sign. Rahu is comfortable there in the 11th house. Actually, Rahu has a better placement in your case. Moon is in its own sign. Mercury and Sun sitting together in the second house. Oh boy. And Venus second to itself. Venus sitting alone in the eighth house. Do you want a public prediction on this, Hemant? See, please do a very thorough horoscope matching in your case. Um, it's important. The marriage is, of course, promised. It will come your way. But I hope you did not get married until 2023. Please get married now that you are running Venus Mahadasha. It's a good time to get married. But there are multiple things that you see when is in the eighth house. Early relationships in life, they are not very fruitful, and they create a lot of turbulence in future life as well. Plus, you have Rahu and Ketu from a profession, France, money perspective. I think it's a good placement. You will generate good money in life. So, if that is your question, your concern, that's going to get addressed. You are going to generate good income. Venus is also looking into the second house, so you will do decent amount of savings as well. Mars is looking into your second house with its fourth aspect, so it will make you a little bit of a miser as well to a certain extent. Uh, but you will make decent amount of money. Luck is definitely, you are a lucky person. Things whatever you try to do, they work out well for you. From a career standpoint, the Lord of 10th is sitting 10th to itself in the seventh house. So business might not be a bad idea for you to pursue. You might want to think of it. But again, from a career standpoint, I do see all in all uh, good possibilities. From a relationship standpoint, you've had some hidden relationships so far. Uh, uh, if people who have eighth Venus, they should avoid relationships until 25 years of age. Post that, they are mature to take it out in the right direction. Before that, it invariably causes harm in some shape or form to them. Plus, you have Sun setting in the seventh house, which is a mild malefic, and Mercury as well. So be a little careful in your marriage. Keep your ego down. Be respectful towards your spouse. Uh, your spouse will have bigger ego than you, and she will not take shit from you. You will grow once you get married. So if you are giving more respect and kindness with your spouse, it will be good for your life as well. If you don't and if you don't suck up to their ego, unfortunately you have Mercury sitting there as well, which is a prominent reason for divorces, um, other than Ketu. So you might want to be very very careful with that, with that Mercury placement. It also gives some kind of unwanted relationships if Mercury is sitting in the seventh house. So, and you have Venus in eighth, so you have that tendency of doing things in a hidden way with the partner promised in your life. So be very careful. You might want to think long and hard else you will have trouble and else you will have problems as well. But if you keep a check on this aspect, I promise you very good growth in your career, especially because your life is going to improve post marriage. Your life is going to improve post marriage. So if you take good care of your spouse, things are going to be very nice for you. All right. I hope not too much of a lecture mindset here, and I have answered the question that you were seeking. Hopefully, this was of help. Um, then we have people deleting in their charts as well, so I'm not sure what's happening there. But this was Hemant. Puja says, thank you. Good guidance and suggestions for me. Welcome, Puja. Then we have Gita Vaishnav. Gita has a question. Date of birth, Vijayawada. Sir, what's the best career for me? I always find myself unemployed after a while. Acha, theek hai, Gita. We'll quickly check on that. Um, so Gita's date of birth is 16 to 1985. 16 to 1985. What is the time, Gita? 6 a.m. Vijayawada. 6 a.m. Vijayawada का spelling मिला था क्या? Vijayawada. Okay. All right, Gita. So, Gita, you have Kal Sarp Yoga in your chart. You have Rahu in your fourth house. You have Ketu in your seventh house. You have Saturn in your 11th. Moon in your 12th. Jupiter in debilitation in the first house itself. Sun and Mercury sitting in the second house, and Mars and Venus sitting in the third house, with Venus in exaltation. That's such a great thing. Um, Mars Venus actually forms good yoga as well for you in that space. But and Saturn is sitting in the 11th house, means gains are going to be slow in life, but you will have multiple gains, that is for sure, but they are going to be slow. Unfortunately, Gita, you have Kal Sarpa Yoga, and I've seen this. Kal Sarpa Yoga tends to give breaks in career, and you have Venus, Ketu sitting in your 10th house in the sign of Venus. That's another issue. So a lot of people do not believe in it, but I've seen the impact of people having Kal Sarpa Yoga. I've seen at least 8 10 charts that have got some of the other impact from a career break standpoint. So you might wanna do some sort of a puja around it. Shiv puja is going to definitely help you, Gita. Please see that if you can visit the Nasik temple and do puja around that. Uh, what what else you would wanna see is that you're running Rahu Mahadasha right now. Um, so after Rahu Ketu post 2030, from May 2030 till May 2033, you will have an excellent period from a career perspective. Excellent period, those 3 years. So right now, because your Rahu Dasha is running, Jupiter is also coming to an end, and then Saturn starts. Actually, post November of 2023 till September of 2026 also is a period when you will have gains. Saturn is your sign lord as well. Its Antardasha is coming. You will have much more gains in the career perspective. If you are trying to explore something different, new, please do that. But see, Rahu sitting in the fourth house is a little tricky. Okay, it is looking in your seventh house, gives you lots of confusion with respect to work. Also aspects your first house, so it gives triggers from that perspective as well. But good thing is, while Jupiter is in debilitation, it is aspecting your uh, 10th house, and 10th house Lord Venus is sitting in exaltation. So you will do good in career, okay, but breaks will keep coming, unfortunately, and it will be throughout the life. There is no fix to it. Some or the other reason, pregnancy break will come. You'll have to do a city shift, move from one place to another. All those kind of dramas will keep on happening in your life. So that's all I can say. But my recommendation is, use these two windows that I've called out. You are going to do excellent in this period. Are you doing something in the area of mass communication or not? Think, explore that. You should do something with respect to social media, or you should do something with respect to mass communication, journalism, writing. Writing could be an excellent career for you. If not, do that as parallel streams in your life, in your career. They are going to give you a lot of rise. Explore that. That is going to be very, very good for you. So I hope, Geeta, I have answered your question and this was helpful. um, and I see Hemant giving thanks. Guys, appreciate that. If you're liking the feedback that that you get from these readings, please click on that like button. Just share it somewhere with your friends as well, so that they can also sorry, they can also just see that what's happening out here. Now with that, we will get started with Sid's request. I think Sid had requested few minutes back as well. Sid, I had already given a response to you. So I'm not sure what's the ask. I had already given details to you. Based on these details, I think called out your prediction. So if not, please remind me later and I'll pick that up. RRK, sir, Venus is in 6,000 Sagittarius. Oh boy, Venus is in 6,000 Sagittarius, in Sagittarius ascendant. Okay, so Sagittarius ascendant means Venus is in Taurus in 6th house, Jupiter and Mercury in 4th. RRK, do you mind sharing overall details so that I can see the dignity of the planet as well? You want to see your profession in acting. So Venus in acting, I mean, yes, from Venus you should see that, but it is sitting in the 6th house, hard to predict. Jupiter and Mercury in the 4th house, Sun and Saturn in the 5th house, two enemies together, Moon and Mars in 11th, Rahu in 8th. So Rahu will give you oppo- okay, it's way too confusing. I need to actually prepare. I'm doing so many back-to-back readings. It's getting literally very uncomfortable in terms of with just these details. But since you asked your question, I'm assuming you know enough to understand and read your chart, and that's why you do not want to disclose too many details. So check your 3rd house. Okay, check your 11th house and check your 7th house. If they have a connection with each other in some or the other form, either through aspect or conjunctions of the Lagan lords or lords of these houses, uh, and Rahu and Venus are having some sort of aspect or presence, because in your Rahu is in 8th, Venus is in 6th, I don't see a direct correlation of you exploring something as being a front end actor. Um, so that possibility is very less. You might play some other roles, or like fame is not evident for you. Rahu is not sitting in the house of fame, and it is sitting, the planet which is responsible for fame is sitting in hiding in the house of secrets. So since you understand your chart so good and you chose to not provide your birth details and stuff, I hope that you can correlate the points that we've called out and connect the dots to get a reading yourself. We'll move on to the next one. Saurabh, my birth date is okay. Saurabh, will read your chart. Sir, 1911, 1996. 1996 and 1555. Ahmedabad. Okay. So, Saurabh's details are given here. Going through our first phase of my life, depression and always anxious. Kindly help me. Okay. Arey yaar. Saurabh, your moon, the first thing that comes to my head, your moon is sitting in 12th in the sign of Saturn. So I'm not surprised. Saturn is in, oh boy, Saturn is sitting in retrograde in your natal chart with Ketu. Yeah, I know what you are trying to say. Rahu in the seventh, Mars is in sixth, Venus is in eighth house, Sun and Mercury in ninth, Jupiter is sitting in its own sign in 10th house, which is a very good thing in the 10th house. I think Jupiter is your best placement that I see here. Mars is also in the friendly sign, but Jupiter and Venus also sitting in the eighth houses. Okay, so let's see. And you are running Saturn Mahadasha. Oh boy. You would have seen me calling out in one of these videos about the aspect of Saturn on Moon, how Moon gets afflicted. In my Venus Mahadasha video, I talked in detail about it, about Moon affliction. So, yeah, Saurabh, the problem is that people who have Saturn in the first house, you already have a monkey on your back. And in your case, you have Moon also afflicted because Saturn in retrograde is constantly impacting it. And then Moon is sitting in the sign of Aquarius. Okay. While it is neutral, but it is completely getting an affliction of this thing. And you had Saturn Mahadasha, Moon Antardasha running until June as well. So you would have had more stressful period until the first half of the year. For the last 2 years, I'm sure you've had a tough time. Um, Add to that, Rahu Ketu transit is coming in a way that Rahu is going to come to your first house and Ketu is going to come in your seventh house. Uh, it's also not a great transit period for you. You will have a lot of illusions coming in your head. Okay, so your mental health is going to improve. Your mental health is going to improve from now until the next year, until July. Uh, but things will be much better for you post May 2027, Saurabh. Once your Rahu Antardasha also ends and you have Saturn Jupiter coming in, then things will be much brighter for you. Until then, you know what is the best remedy of Saturn? Try and serve people who are downtrodden in the society. Take some measures around that, year. So you visit the temple, do Hanuman Chalisa, just try and help people. The more you help people, you will see that there will be this calmness that will start coming in your head. And I am not surprised if you're, are you facing any turbulences with respect to your marriage as well? um, you might be, and with the transit as well, I think that could also be the reason of your concern. So if you need to reach out to me directly, and if you have more concerns, please talk to me. I'll try and help you, but sort of try and just find a fix during this period. I hope this works out for you. All right. Let me see how many questions we have left. So okay, we have quite a few questions left. I will try to take more of them. Okay, RRK has given his birth details, so we'll try to help RRK. Uh, and what is the Bhadrak? Okay, so I so your question is film industry. See, what you are desiring is fame. Okay, your Saturn is sitting debilitated. Your Jupiter and Venus, they are sitting in their own sign. Uh, Jupiter is in Pisces, Venus is in Taurus, which is good. Mercury is also debilitated in the fourth house. Mars is neutral for you, but it is in retrograde motion, so it is going to give impact of this thing as well. Moon is again neutral in the seventh sign. Um I think I should make a video on fame. I had planned and I have not shot it yet. Uh, See, fame comes primarily through planets like Venus, Saturn, Rahu, okay, um, and yogas of these planets or their dasha periods. And from a house perspective, you see primarily from 11th house, 7th house, and third house, third being the most prominent. How should I say it? I don't see any possibility of you succeeding in this field. I hope I'm proven wrong, because at the end of the day, uh, we should be successful in whatever stream we really passionate about and we want to pursue in life. But I don't see any connections of this because um, yeah, see, Saturn is sitting in a very tricky situation. In the house of creativity, you have Sun in exaltation, which is a good thing to acquire fame. It's a good thing to acquire fame. It is also aspecting your 11th house. See, but Saturn sitting there, it is going to continuously delay things. It is going to continuously delay things. And it is sitting debilitated. The Lord of third is sitting debilitated third to itself. So what's happening? And I understand what I'm trying to say. You might have possibilities in your chart to become famous. You might have possibility to make gains through it as well. And that is the reason probably that is coming in your mind, which is not a bad idea to have. But the problem is that Saturn and Rahu both are seen as signs of Aquarius, and Rahu and Saturn both impact fame. The Lord of Fame is sitting third to itself, means you have to figure out your hard work and efforts in terms of your own growth. And it is sitting in debilitation with its enemy, with its father, so it is not going to excel. Means somehow or the other, even if you try to find possibilities, there will either be delays or you will have enough hurdles to not find success in that path. That's the reason I'm giving you that feedback. That's going to be extremely challenging for you to pursue a career in this space. uh, uh, if you are ready to face those hurdles and come out, it might take a lot of time. But I, I, I feel that Jupiter related professions will be of more help for you. Jupiter is not a planet that gives success in acting and stuff. Or it could be more of serious acting that you want to pick, but you might find success post 36 at the earliest if possible, nothing before that. I don't see that happening, and I'm so sorry if I'm the one breaking bad news and not giving you something that you wanted to listen to. I really apologize for that, RRK. But that is what my understanding is based on the reading that I do here. So hopefully that helps you. um, okay, I lost track of the charts. Lobi says, "Thank you so much, sir. The prediction resonates well with me. Peace and blessings to you." Thank you, Lobi. Amit Ketani, thank you for your analysis. I had written the question down. Lots of love. Thank you. Thanks, Amit. Hopefully that is helpful to you as well. Okay, let's get back to the list. There is Puja Ghosh. She's from Calcutta. She says, "When will I get a job of assistant professor in government college? I want the permanent job with high pay scale as a college lecturer. Please guide me." Yeah, Puja, we will try to see how accurate we can be, but assistant professor and all those details are, I'll become God if I can predict that. Uh, but we have 12/10/1997 is your date of birth. 12:04 p.m. Kolkata. Guys, please like the video if you are watching what I've been doing for you guys for the last 2 hours almost. So I'll appreciate likes coming in and shares coming in for this one. So you've asked for government job, Puja Ghosh. You have sun sitting in your 10th house. So trying to make quick predictions, definitely you will have a government job. I mean, I don't see a doubt, an iota of doubt there. Mercury is sitting in exaltation as well. Beautiful. But unfortunately, it is combust. So you want to do a job of professorship and you have combust Mercury. Um you will get a professorship job. Try and be more articulate. You have Saturn aspecting it. Things will be delayed. It is in retrograde. Retrograde towards that. Jupiter is in debilitation as well in your second house. But at least Saturn is in Kendra, and there is a Parvartan Yog that is forming. Jupiter is in the sign of Saturn, Saturn is in the sign of Jupiter. So Parivartan Yog happening, and Saturn sitting in the Kendra. So the Neech Bhang is also happening for Jupiter. So that's a good sign. There will be delays in you achieving this puja. You are 26, 27, if I'm not wrong. So, Saturn typically grows after 33. 36 is when it definitely matures. And if you want to ask me any specific periods, Jupiter Mercury is starting, it is going on for you right now until August of 2025. Good period, boss. This is good period. Jupiter and Jupiter is aspecting your 10th house as well. Very good period. Whatever the period you are running right now, it's an excellent period for you to succeed in your this thing in your profession. And you will also have Jupiter Sun period from April of 2029 till Jan of 2030. That will also be a very good period for you in this space. But you should keep on making efforts. You will get success in this area. Just try and manage your communication skills better. I think that is where you might not be able to just articulate your thought process and communicate whatever you have in your head to your audience. Do that, you will definitely find success. Very good placement and very good dasha running for you. Okay. Yeah. Transit may just be careful. Rahu Ketu are coming in 12/6 axis. Ketu is coming in your 6. So, transit perspective, so just be a little careful. But Guys, whosoever watches my videos regularly, transit has a 20% impact, even 10%. 80 to 90% impact is from your natal chart, and Puja, you have a good status there, so you should be good. All right. Next chart, Himanshu Arora. We'll go for Himanshu's chart now. Himanshu. And let's see what is your question, Himanshu. So, fifth, moved to Mumbai but not able to adjust to new workplace, not feeling comfortable. What should I do? Changed my job in July 2023. Okay, let me quickly look into your chart. 5th Feb 1992. 5th Feb 1992. And what is your time? 5:30 a.m. Roorkee. Okay. 5:30 a.m. Roorkee. Okay, so you are Sagittarius ascendant, Rahu, Mars, Venus, all sitting in the first house. Very nice, interesting. Jupiter in ninth. So the Lagna Lord is sitting in the Kalpurusha house, and it is in retrograde. Sun is in the enemy sign. Saturn is in its own, but it is combust. Shit, yeah. Else it would have been so awesome. So is Mercury. Mercury is also combust. Uh, Moon is in third house. Venus is in the neutral state. Okay. So, um, see, you have Jupiter Mahadasha running. You had Jupiter Moon being aspected by Jupiter. So that's why maybe you would have had a, did you change your job during the Jupiter Moon Dasha before between May 2022 to September 2023? Is that the period you've called out? Huh. So, see, that I'm not surprised you've done that. It is not going to be a bad situation, okay? I think these are teething issues. These are the periods when you go and test your own metal. Uh, but from now onwards till till August of 2024, you will be very comfortable. You will get Mars Antardasha as well. Mars and Jupiter have a friendly relationship. Mars is sitting in the sign of Jupiter. Jupiter is sitting in the sign of Leo. It is comfortable with that too. So you will be definitely much more comfortable during the next 1 year. Trickier period is there after that. After August of 2024. After August of 2024, just be a little careful. Don't go about spending money and doing investments randomly, because they're not going to work out in your favor as you would have desired. So just be a little careful on that front, and you should be good. We'll have to quickly jump into the next one. There are more questions coming in. Deeptanshu, hello sir. Yesterday I asked a question regarding my Venus as I became. Deeptanshu, I'm so Deeptanu Chakravarti. Okay, Deeptanu. So sorry, yaar, but you've not posted your details here. It's very hard for me to. You left it in some comment. I remember you left it in some comment, but if you don't provide it here, it's hard for me to come to this and give a prediction. I'm so sorry. I'll have to move ahead. Puja Ghosh, I've already answered your question. You're asking it again. Himanshu Arora, you say, please answer your question. Dude, please be patient. I already did. So if you guys repeat your comments, it's not going to help, because I'm coming to everybody one by one. Lobi says, Brasilia, yes, thank you. Himanshu, you are again writing. Please answer your questions. I've already read, bro. Just have patience. You need to see that I'm going one by one. RRK, I've answered your question. Puja Ghosh, I've answered your question. Lubian Amit says thank you. Puja says thank you. Uh, Amit says, I used to eat a lot of junk food, but now I'm a gym freak and taking care of my health. Amit, awesome. That's what I was alluding to. Uh, Now we have a question from Lalit. I already took your question before. One question for one person, please. I cannot be doing that. Rajan Panda, good evening. Thank you for your gesture. Lost everything. Is there any hope? Rajan, I will definitely take up your question. Uh, there is always hope, Rajan. Just let's go through it. 5, 6, 70. Okay. 5, 6, 70. 5:20 a.m. 5:20 a.m. Jaipur. Jajpur. Okay. Jajpur, Odisha. Okay. So, uh, lost everything. Is there any hope? कौन सा period चल रहा है? Saturn. Okay. So, oh boy. Yeah, Saturn is sitting in your 12th house with Mercury. Sun is in your first house in the enemy sign. Then you have Moon, Venus, Mars sitting in your second house. Mars is uncomfortable in the sign of Gemini. Venus is in the friendly state. Moon is also okay. Ketu, Rahu, 11.5. Jupiter retrograde in 6th. Okay. So, sir, Rajan, you're almost 63 years of age. And I'm so sorry that you feel that you've lost everything, but you are running your Saturn Mahadasha, and trust me, post November, see, this is the problem with Saturn. It gives a lot of troubles, a lot of hassles, a lot of mental pain. Saturn will have Jupiter Antardasha coming in. Jupiter is sitting in your sixth house. It will not destroy your health, or at least you will be able to take care of your health and everything. You are very considerate towards your kids as well, I think. Lots of loving behavior towards your kids. Um, and I'll have to do detailed chart reading. 7th, 8th. Are kids away from you? Virgo say 8th में Mercury in 12th. Your kids might be either in foreign land or living away from you. Uh, Please do not lose hope, because post next month of November, you have Saturn's Jupiter Antardasha coming in. And remember, Saturn makes you wait and pay. So you would have had very tough, last 10-15 years would have been tough for you. I can already see that. Um, and problem is Saturn is debilitated. So you had the Saturn Mahadasha at a very tough phase of your life. I'm so sorry this has happened, and I really feel bad. But please have faith in God. You'll have much more better next 3 years coming in for you. The last phase of Saturn is going to be much better. Um, have faith in Hanumanji. Please keep praying. Please do offer diya in mustard oil on Saturdays to God. Do some chanting, and I can definitely assure you, you will have a much better period starting from uh, 13th, 14th of November onwards, all the way to May 2026. And post that, you have Mercury Dasha also coming in, and Mercury is in neutral, but it is in the 12th house. So, see, this is the period of retirement and enjoyment, enjoying whatever savings you have. So, you'll keep spending. So, it is a lot of spending would have been happening for you in the last few years. Unfortunately, it will continue, but now your spending is going to turn into charitable things, and it will turn into spiritual aspects. Spirituality is the path for you. Do not deviate from it. It is the path for you. Believe in God. Rajan ji, things will turn out positive and you will have better 3 years. I'll keep you in my prayers. Okay. Thank you, Rajan ji. Pooja, I already picked up your question and responded. Resh, I think I already answered your question. So we'll move on. Saurabh, I'm sorry my chart made you depressed too. I'm really trying hard to live. Hope for the best. Thank you. Saurabh, your chart did not depress me. And I want you to be out of depression. We have to learn to rule our charts. Remember, this is what I keep telling in my videos as well, right? Saurabh, I really care about you, dude. I don't want you to keep your head down. I remember you had your moon in your 12th house and Saturn in retrograde. Your chart is still stuck in my head. I've done more charts post that. I want you to keep meditating. I want you to believe in Shiv. Uh, Offer water, donate water to Shiv, and be positive. Things will turn out positive for you. Okay. Mind is something which is in your control. Moon is something in your control. And boss, um, spend time with your mother. That's going to improve your moon. Okay. Spend time with your mother. Take care of her health. Just go out for dinner, lunch, whatever. Things will turn out good for you. So I don't want you to be thinking negative. I don't want any of my audience to be thinking negative ever in life. I don't give a damn. You guys don't need to spend money on any kind of shit, on any kind of remedies to make things happen positive for you. You don't need to do that. I have gone through a very tough phase in my own life. I was fooled by multiple astrologers. That's why I'm doing this. I learned it in a hard way. Okay. So please keep your morale up. God has given everything in a good or a bad chart, doesn't matter. God has given everything in our placements. It's like a blueprint to make our lives better. So make good opportunity, make good use of it, and you will be successful. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Sorry if I'm giving too much gyan, but I don't want any of my audience thinking negative about their lives. Sid, uh, yeah, Sid, you are repeating the ask. I will come back to you if I have addressed others. Uh, Sara, she has a question. Puja Ghosh, thank you. Blessing for you and your near and dear ones. Thank you, Puja. I really appreciate that. Please keep all of you guys. Please keep me in your prayers. That's all I want. Sara, 23 April 1985. Okay, Sara, will quickly make your chart. What's your question? Dealing with an insurance battle since last year. Any chance to win over Rahu into Pisces? Thanks. Okay, Sara, let me quickly. Sara, I think I answered your question in my last this thing. I would have come pretty late to the questions, but I answer all the questions of my audience, even if I'm getting late. Uh, so I do try to do that. So I did respond to your question, but I will take it up again today because I clearly see it is bothering you. And my love to Iran, my love to Tehran, love and peace. So let's take up that question once again. I I kind of remember taking up your chart and remember taking up your question, and you had asked me same question last time too. So Jupiter is sitting in debilitation, Sarah, and Jupiter is sitting in the sign of Capricorn in the sixth house. That's where you see your legal issues, and a lot of that is sitting in Kendra. So Neech Bhang, not a very strong Neech Bhang, but Neech Bhang is happening for you. Saturn is in retrograde as well. Now, your Rahu is in your ninth house in the sign of Aries, and Ketu is bang opposite to it. And Rahu will move into the eighth house from November onwards, from 30th of October. Okay. Venus in exaltation and retrograde, beautiful. Sarah, there are few things very nice in your chart. I know you've been worried about this insurance thing. So your question is okay. Your question is related to insurance itself. Got it. See, Venus is an exaltation. This and your Mercury is debilitated, so means that will give you some fight. And you are running Jupiter Mahadasha itself, Dasha of your eighth house itself, right? I think we talked about this also last time. Jupiter Mercury Dasha is what you're running right now. So tough situation in winning this insurance If you've not won it so far, Saturn is in fourth house, है ना? 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. Okay. So nahi. So you'll have to be patient. You will have to be patient. But post January 2025, this will work in your favor. 100%. Note it down. I guarantee you. Post January 2025, it'll work in your favor all the way till September 2027. Jupiter Mahadasha, Venus Antardasha is the period. Very good time for you. Venus is sitting in that house as well. You will find a fix to your problem. I cannot predict into specific dates and look into the details of that, Sara, but you will have things moving in your favor. uh, Rahu Ketu transit is going to be till I think April of 2025. So yeah, yeah. So that is the time. Post January 2025, you will see, especially from February 2025, you will see positive things happening with this regard. This problem will get solved in that period. Okay. I hope this is helpful. Okay, Lalit is saying, sir, you didn't read. Acha, I'm so sorry, Lalit. I take your feedback. I will go back to your question. Sir, you did not read. Okay, let me quickly scroll up and find your question, Lalit. I will not disappoint you, यार. यहाँ पे देर है अंधेर नहीं. Lalit, male. What is the date of birth? 10th December 1989. Okay, 10th. अरे यार, sorry. December. Now my app is hanging. Lalit, thank you for your patience, bro. 5:30 a.m. Pundri. 5:30 a.m. Pundri. Did I not take up your question last time? Lalit, I somehow get a feeling that I had taken up your question last time as well. I want to know about my career and wealth. Have a lot of monetary loss if I have to do job or business. Okay. Um, okay, so we have just these last two questions, Lalit, and then Krishna Kumar Jha is saying that, sir, I'm waiting for your answer posted above for Sun Pranav. Krishna ji, I'll come back to you. Lalit, your Sun is in a friendly sign of Mars in the first house itself. Mars is sitting in its own sign. Beautiful, yeah. That's a very good thing. It makes you a very confident individual in my mind. Moon is also in a friendly position in the in the sixth house. Mercury is in, okay, Mercury is this thing. Jupiter is sitting in eighth in retrograde. So it'll give impact of that as well. Though it's in the enemy sign. Venus is in Venus and Rahu together. Beautiful. ललित, and Saturn कहाँ पे? Saturn this 12 to itself. Okay, and 10th to the 4th. See, Lalit, you are going to excel in whatever profession you pick up. Let me tell you, Lord of 10th is sitting in the first house. Okay, and it is sitting in a friendly situation. It is sitting in Mars. You'll be very aggressive as well. My suggestion is eventually you should go for business. If you do not have the courage or plan or thought process to do that right now, I don't think you lack courage. Something tells me you don't lack courage. um, my recommendation is you should go for your own business, your own startup. You will create lots of wealth in that space. You should be doing something in, you know what, acting might not be a bad idea for you. If you actually pursue acting, and you'll become a good actor. Okay, Venus and Rahu together in third house, and then Saturn is 12th to itself, but it is also 10th to itself. So it's a very interesting profession for you. Uh, you can do that. You could start something of your own, where you try to do some, let's say, a YouTube kind of a social channel as well, where you talk about technology. That area will give you a lot of success. If you get into technology area or technology business, because of Sun, Mars, I'm telling you that. And I'm also recommending you Venus Rahu based profession in the space of acting, in space of YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, social media, shine. But more than that, I think this is a very good chart for you to explore acting. uh, I've seen something similar in multiple actors charts. I definitely should make a video on fame and how it comes in our chart, so you should check that. And um, it might take, which dasha you're running? You're running Mars dasha, dude. Be aggressive towards some kind of tech field or Mars related field. You might also shine if you get into the space of army or military, and you might bring a lot of success in that space as well. So I don't know what your area of interests are. There are multiple careers based on the chart that I see that you can pick. If you want a detailed consultation, I could help you with that as well, and we can brainstorm. But I hope this is helpful here. And I'm so sorry you had to wait for so long. I really apologize for that, Lalit. But hopefully it answers what you were seeking. Sid S says, I'm the last one now. Sorry for missing. Please see the question, the date of marriage for my bro. They are not mine. Need this marriage and spouse details. Okay, Sid, before. Uh, okay, Saurabh says, I'm offering up to Sal Hori business, also chanting on Manjari every day. Thanks for. Yes, things will work out for you, Saurabh. Don't worry. Thank you. Appreciate that, Sara. Guys, if you're liking in my efforts, please click on that like button as well. Please like this video so that it reaches more people later too. I will come back to two charts now. Let's do Sid's charts first. Krishna Kumarji, Sid, I've seen has posted it multiple times. So I need to respond to him. Maybe I was misinterpreting what he was saying. So I will pick that quickly, and then I will come to your chart. And I think that will be the last question for the day. So 4th of October, 1990, 11:45 a.m., and the place is Akola, Maharashtra. Okay. So 1990, this is for your brother, right, Sid? So your question is, when will he get married and what would be the profession be? Saturn is sitting in the first house. It is going to cause delays in marriage. Mercury is exalted, but it is combust. Uh, for him, so is Jupiter. Jupiter is also sitting in exaltation in 8th house. Uh, he will have troubles in the home front. Is he like very harsh, rude in terms of communication sometimes? Rahu sitting in his second house. That will definitely be there. And he will have some kind of a problem with his in-laws as well. Some sort of problem will come in his life with respect to his in-laws. uh, good part is Moon is sitting in the 4th house, so he finds peace at the home front itself. He feels comfortable in terms of keeping home a good place, and he will do that. uh, so I see a definite delay in marriage. uh, and Venus is actually debilitated, and Mercury is an exaltation, but it is combust, sitting 4th to the 7th house. Um, See, there will be a good growth of his career after marriage. Okay. Now let us quickly see when is the possibility of getting married. So, Bap re Bap, it's getting too late. Actually, Venus Moon is a good period. Okay, till November of 2024, I see a much better period for this guy to get married. Especially, you should find something from March of 2024 till May end of 2024 is the best period for him. It's the best period for him. Next, those 3 months, March, April, May of 2024 are the best 3 months for him to get married. If you guys find any good person for his marriage, please go ahead and fix that. It is going to be very good period for him. Okay. And I'll tell you, because you are concerned about that person's this thing as well. 3 डिग्री पे है, 5 डिग्री पे है, Mercury. This person has to be either, it will have some very critical role from Mercury perspective in his spouse's chart. Okay, Mercury is going to be hyper important. I have told you those 3 months. Please keep those 3 months in mind. And whatever chart matching you do, see what kind of a role Mercury is playing. Either it should be Mercury ascendant, a Gemini Lagna or a Virgo Lagna, or Mercury having a connection with the first and seventh house, or Mercury having a connection. The girls, Mercury having a connection with Sagittarius or Jupiter. Okay, those kind of charts will be very good for him. 100%. So I hope that answers your question and it satisfies your weight as well. Saurabh, you asked for my number and email. I do not give away my email, and I track all my communication through my Instagram. So if you want to reach out to me for any help, you have to reach out to me on Instagram. Uh, Ray says, "Hi, sir. How would Rahu Ketu transit be for a Cancer ascendant who is going through Rahu Madasha and Mars Antardasha?" Please check out my Rahu Ketu transit video for Cancer ascendants. I have already created a detailed video around it, and I will be creating a Rahu Mahadasha video, so you can watch that and it will answer your questions. Thanks for your question here. I am missing a question from Krishna Kumar Jhaji. He asked something for his son Pranav. Krishna Kumarji, I've lost your chat somewhere. If you've shared the birth details earlier in the. Okay, I found it. I'll just quickly create that chart. I promised you to read your chart. So 30, 31, 3, 1990. Krishna Kumar Jha, 31, 3, 1990. And the time of birth is 3:30 a.m. Madhubani. 3:30 a.m. Madhubani. Okay. What was your question? Love or arranged marriage? Okay. See, Sun is sitting in the second house in a friendly sign. Moon is exalted in Taurus. This person, Pranav, is going to take very good care of his house. He's going to build asset. Whatever house he builds, it's going to be beautiful. Beautiful house this guy's going to make. Okay. He's going to decorate it like anything. Good decorative items. He's going to take amazing care of this thing. Mars is exalted in the 12th house. Oh boy. And sitting with Saturn. Interesting. Venus sitting with Rahu again in the 12th house, Dhanishta Nakshatra. It's in the Nakshatra of Mars itself. Okay. All of these guys are sitting together. And Saturn is its own sign. See, I see this guy going abroad. I don't see him staying in his place of birth. He's going to stay in a foreign culture, in a foreign land. That is a very high possibility. I'm so sorry since you've asked this question, but I have to be just honest, and I'll just disclose it. He's one person who is Lots of bed pleasures and lots of enjoyment is what he's going to be doing. Multiple partners. Um, yeah, so that's definitely going to happen. But and Jupiter is in the enemy sign, sitting in um, 7th, 8th. Um, he's going to bring a high possibility of doing love marriage, and but he will still bring it to you and for discussion and approval to you. That's going to definitely happen. Time till 2025 is very good to get married. If he wants to get married, it's a very good period during this duration. So hopefully that should answer you. I don't want to go into more details beyond this. I hope this was helpful. um, yeah, so I've taken up that. Left now. Ray, I've answered your question. And since we're at the fag end, I will take up question of Jahan as well, and then we will close this video. So Jahan, your question is related to marriage. I'm assuming you're a male. uh, okay, Janvi. Okay, so I'm assuming you're a female, because I need to analyze with that. 1/1/1987, 1987, 7:50 a.m. 7:50 a.m. And what is the place? Rajkot. Okay, so marriage is getting delayed. Janvi, Rajkot, India. Marriage is getting delayed. Third house is that of Gemini. You are a Sagittarius ascendant. Yeah, you will have problems in marriage. You will have problems in marriage. Your Mercury is combust as well, which is the lord of your seventh house. Um, but having said that, and you are running Rahu Mahadasha as well. Rahu Moon is running for you right now. You 2018, you did not get married. 2018 would have been a much better period for you. 2017, 2018. I'm surprised you did not push for it. It would have been a much stronger period. But yes, there is delay in marriage. All I can say is that if you focus hard, if you try hard, and there are issues with respect to your family life as well, um, then next year, September to December is a possible period for you to get married. Next year, September to December 2024. So, with that, we'll have to conclude today's session. Thanks a lot, folks, for joining this live. I hope this was helpful and fruitful for you. And please keep watching Dev Astrology. And I request you to keep giving your comments, feedback, and we'll connect again in a live Q&A next week itself. I will try and post the details as soon as I can. Thanks a lot. See you again.